How's it going, YouTube? My name is Samuel, and today we're here with another Forex video of my Myfxbook, Myfxbook, which is really weird saying it to me, but yeah, it is what it is. So as you can see, we have all the 10 accounts which I previously told you before that we're gonna be trading at or trading with, and these accounts we're gonna be training the Forex strategy with these accounts. And I'm gonna show to you a little bit how I trade, what I do, how I come across it, and how we're gonna be able to make money and generate profit and generate a little higher interest rate with Forex. Okay, based off proportional lot size and stuff like that. So those are the 10 accounts, and as you can see, let me show you something to you. Here are all of the 10 accounts. So as you can see, that's account 1. So the first account, let me turn off the camera. So here you can see all the 3 operations that I have. They're all going negative right now, so there's not much I can do here other than wait. I gotta wait for this. Also, you can see the commission and the swap of these accounts, which is a little negative. This one is 1655, and as you can see, every chart has a different swap commission different than others. So every, like for example, every pair, every currency pair has a different swap price or swap cost than other currencies. So for example, for Euro USD, I'm paying 40 cents per day, having a proportional lot size of 0.13. So every 0.13 lot size per day, I'm paying 41 cents of dollars to maintain the trade open. But for this one right here, which is GBP-CHF, is much more expensive. Okay, and I'm not sure if it's the same for for every broker, or if it changes from broker to broker. But as of right now, as you can see, that's happening with the GBP-CHF, and that's why the margin level is so low right now. I was so skeptical, thinking like, what the hell is going on? I just opened 3 trades, and all the trades are using the proportional lot size of $80.001, which is 0.13. And I only opened 3 trades, and almost all of my margin is gone already. You know, it's down to 1,000%. So I was like, what the hell happened? But it wasn't until I realized that every currency pair has different swap costs. So it's kind of how it is, and we really need to pay attention with it because you could potentially lose your money because of GBP-CHF, for example. But that's just an example for the video. But I'm just showing that to you just so you know. So now we have account 2. Let me go really fast because I don't want to make this video too long. As you can see, here we have 3 trades. They're different. Okay, so they're not the same. They're not random, but they are not the same from everyone. So they are all different from each other. They're not necessarily correlated to each other in any way. So Euro NOK or NOK, AUD USD, and EuroCAD or CAD. One's positive, $27 positive. The other one is $14 or $15 negative, and the other one's $47 negative. So I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to wait. And as you can see, the margin level is still the same. It's above 5,000% because we're not using GBP-CHF, and we're not paying like immensely high and expensive swap costs. For example, I'm only paying a high cost for AUD-USD, which is $8. So as you can see here, AUD-USD, GBP-CHF, these ones I'm paying a little more than what I was supposed to be paying, but I still have a lot of margin here, so I'm pretty safe. I'm only worried about the account number 1 because of that margin level, because ideally we need to take care of our margin level and pay attention, pay attention on our margin level before we end up losing the account. Okay, now we have account 3. Account 3 is negative. The first one being CAD-CHF, it's down to $100 negative. The second one being Euro NZD, the same thing here. So as you can see, the swapping is really expensive. I'm not sure again if that's because of the broker, or if that's something that's very specific to what's going on right now. If it has to do with any news that's going on or something, I'm really not sure about it, and I'm gonna look it up so I can come up with more resources for you, because like I said, I'm also a student, so I am trying to learn at the same time with you guys. But as you can see here, look at the swap is very expensive, and this trade is being open for only 24 hours. Like yeah, a little more than 24 hours, but still, it's too recent for me to have a almost $19 off swapping, which is really expensive. And as you can see here, we also have USD CAD, which is the same. And again, look at this. Because of that, we only have 1600% off margin level. So we were supposed to be having like 5,000, 4,000, or 3,000, or anything above it. But because of that trade, that currency pair right now, your NZD, which is eating up a lot of our margin, we only have 1,600. Okay, but it's still all right, no problem. Now account number 4. Account number 4, we have a lot of margin here. As you can see, we have 6,000% of margin because the swapping is not that negative. USD NOK or NOK and GBP NZD, same thing. So very cheap swap. Oh, and another thing as well is that some of the trades that you do, some positions that you place, you will be receiving rather than paying. So for example, if you are selling GBP NZD, for example, in Spotware right now, you are receiving money rather than losing money. So for example, if you're stuck in a hedging position or something like this, you can literally be receiving money to be stuck in a hedging position. Of course, you would be losing money on the other end of it, but at least you are like at least kind of counterbalancing a little bit of that loss, and making a profit, and delaying the breaking point of the account. I'm not sure if you really understood it. Let me draw that to you. So what we're doing here, say for example, you buy here and then, actually no, hold up. Say for example, you buy here, or you sell here, and then the chart goes up, and then now you have to buy to counterbalance it. In this case right here, you just see, because you're receiving a commission out of GBP NZD and you're selling, in this position right here, you would be receiving money. So you are literally receiving money to be placed in order. But of course, you will be losing money from here. Okay, but still, at least you're counterbalancing one another, which is really cool and helps you, delaying that breaking point. So almost like this. That would be your breaking point. Okay, this would be your breaking point. Or for example, let's say your breaking point would be like here. But when you do use the strategy, you're stretching your breaking point a little further, all the way to here, which helps us gain time, because what we need to do is we need to gain time. Okay, time is really important. Nobody talked about time, but time is like the most important factor that you have in Forex trading or any trading overall for you to make better decisions. Okay, so yeah, I hope this could make it a little more simple to understand. So yeah, now account number 5. Account number 5, we are positive, which is really good. That's the only one so far that we have positive, both both the trades. But I am not going to close the trades because I think this is the profit's way too little for me to be closing any trade. So I might wait a little longer. So what I do here most of the times is what I do is I wait for me to get at least 1% per trade. So 1% out of $10,000 is $100. So I don't close a trade unless I have at least $100, or somewhere in between. Could be a little more, a little less, but it's an average of $100 more or less. It could be the trade alone or the set. So for example, say I have 3 sets of trades. So I have 3 open trades, and then all of the trades together give me a profit of $100. Maybe one trade is negative and the other 2 trades are positive, making up the loss and giving me a total profit gross profit of $100. I would be literally closing all the positions for me to have the $100 off of profit available for me. So that's a little bit of how I do it. Okay, so these accounts, that account number 5 is really safe, is okay. No margin level yet because the account's positive. I mean, no drawdown because the account's positive, and the margin level here is 2000%, which is really cool. And as you can see, that is still different from the other ones because of the pairs. So every pair that you trade, you need to be careful with it because every pair could be different. Okay, so there's another lesson here for us. Now account number 6. So we have 3 trades. 2 of them are going negative, but there's no problem. It is what it is. The first one, which is GBP CHF, is I'm buying it, so it's negative $144. GBP USD, $33 positive, and I'm paying a swap. Very, very, very expensive swap, by the way. Okay. And I have also AUD CHF. Okay. But the problem with these accounts is that, look at this, the margin level is so low already, that is insane. So I might change it a little bit. I might have to change it because I'm paying too much. I'm paying too much of swapping here. I might have to change it though. Probably gonna change it. Now we have account number 7. Account number 7 is, as you can see, the margin level here is safe. Okay, 6,000%. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold up. So because of this margin is super low, that's not supposed to be happening, and that's probably because of the swapping. I'm gonna close this trade here. Let me see what's gonna happen. Yeah, the margin is still very low though. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Hold up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close these trades here. Okay, and especially this one. I think this is the one that is eating up the account's profit, the account's margin level. Yeah, but at least that was one of the trades that was giving me that low of margin level. So we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. And every time we open a trade now, we're gonna have to see the margin level because every single one of these currencies, they are different. They are acting different, and we need to be very, very careful with the margin level here because if you're not careful with the margin level, we're gonna end up blowing the account. And even though I close the trade a little negative, there's no problem because we're gonna get the money back in a while over time. So there's no problem. But like I said, this is educational based, and we're learning together. So I'm learning with you guys. You're learning with me, and we can, understand a little bit of what we're doing and how we're going to come across making better decisions when it comes to trading. So as you can see, I made a mistake by opening a trade and not really seeing the margin level that I had with me. And ideally, I really need to make sure this margin level is as high as possible, because if that margin level is not high, then I am probably going to lose all of my money over time, or as fast as I can, much faster than I have time for me to generate profit with this account, which is really bad. So I don't want to do this. We have account number 7. Now let's go back to account number 7. Account number 7. Yeah, so that account here, that account's really safe. That account's pretty cool. As you can see, the margin level here is 6%, 6,000%. I'm sorry. EUR NOK, ADNZD, and NZD CAD. So these accounts, they are pretty safe. Okay. The margin level is really high, which is really cool for us, and we're pretty safe. And ideally, I wanted to keep all of the accounts more or less at this margin level, and I'm gonna work towards it. Even if I have to trade to close a few negative orders, there's no problem. Okay, as long as we are learning and not making mistakes here, we need to be careful with that. Now I have account number 8. Same thing with account number 8. So as you can see, the margin level here is 5,000%. So as long as we have a good margin, everything else is pretty much okay to deal with. not okay, but like a little easier at least to deal with. As you can see, I placed a GBP CAD order. I bought a position and it went positive, and the other one is GBP NTD. I sold it and then it went upwards as well. So I have one positive and one negative, but there's no problem. I'm just gonna wait here to see what's gonna happen with this profit, how much profit I'll have before I have to close the trade. And this one, same thing. I'll wait to see if I'm gonna go back to the break-even point and I'm gonna close the trade. If it goes much more negative than this, I'm gonna do something else as well, and we're gonna work with this account day after day. Now account number 9. Account number 9 is the same thing. We have 6% of margin level, which is really safe. So even though both of the trades they're going against me, there's no problems. Super okay, because we have a lot of margin here, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. And even though GBP USD is eating up a lot of commission as well with the swapping, so the swapping is like $5 daily, I guess, for the swapping, and I think that's very expensive. But even though it's expensive, we have so much margin level that it's okay, and we can work with it. Let's see it. Yeah, and now the last account will be account number 10, which is this. And in this account, all the trades are going negative, are going against me, but there's no problem because I have a margin level of over 4,000%, which is really safe as well. So as you can see, they are varying between like 4%, 4,000% to 6,000%, or I don't know, maybe 2,000% to 6,000%. And the only account that really bothered me was that account number 6 that had a 700 margin level, which was really stupid. Okay, I should not be trading with that margin level because that's too low. Unless it's a very specific scenario, but most of the times I want to be playing this game safe. Okay. So let's just rewind it and see if all the accounts are good. So the first account having only 1,000%. So even this account, I might even close the trade here. I might even close this trade here. GPCHF. I'm just going to close it. Yes, that was it. That was it. So I was paying $16 every day just to have the trade open, just out of swapping. And look at how much margin I have available. So I went from 1,000% to 8,000%, almost 9,000% worth of margin, just because of the freaking swaps. I'm sorry. Yeah, the freaking swaps. So instead of opening trades in GBPCHF, for example, was that GBPCHF? Yeah, instead of opening trades in GBPCHF with that amount of lot size, I might have to decrease it for, I don't know, maybe point 0.7, you know, like 0.07 or 0.06, 0.05, 0.02, 0.01, 0.03. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna be doing this, but I don't know, something like this. So for me to do trade with GBPCHF in this account right here, instead of using the same lot size, I'm gonna have to decrease it. So instead of, like I said, using 0.13, I might use 0.06 or 0.05, 0.04, 0.0 something, for me to decrease that swapping and maintaining a high margin to let the chart move. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do here. And even though I have to close the trade a little negative, it is okay. I'm not gonna restart the challenge. We're just gonna act like these accounts, they are real, and we're gonna trade and train with these accounts at the same time. Okay, so let me just rewind it. Account number 1, we have a margin level of 8,000%. So let me just see something here. GBPCHF 0.13. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, no problem. Account number 2, 5,000%, which is good as well. And you see that one? That one's paying AUD USD is paying $8 of swaps every day. I might even decrease that one though. That one's too much. I think that one's way too much. Let me decrease that. So as you can see, I decreased a few positions. And because I decreased it, now it's giving me $2 off margin level. No, I mean $2 off swaps. And I need to be careful with that. Okay, so it's giving me $2 per day rather than that amount that we were having before. And even still, I still think that's way too much. Still think that's way too much. But it's okay. I'm just gonna leave it like this. So 0.13, 0.13, and then 0.4, leaving a margin level of 6,000%, which is what we need. Okay, we need a high margin level. That's what we need to do. Forget about the rest. I know the rest is important, but like the rest is secondary. It's not primarily. Primarily, you need to take into consideration and prioritize having a high margin for your operations and for your trades. So okay, now account number 3, 16%. You know what? I'm just gonna close this trade as well. Look at this. Look at this. Your NZD paying $18 a day. $18 a day just to maintain a trade open. And now imagine if this account was negative $40 now. I would be negative almost like $70, almost 1% of my account just because of one day out of swapping. Just because of one day. Imagine what could happen in 1 month. Imagine what could happen in like 6 months. Imagine what could happen in like 9 months. I could literally blow up my account just by being stuck in a position, not closing it, and then having a really high swaps and commission eating up my account day by day until I eventually have no more money to sustain it and lose it. So that's the biggest fear when it comes to trading Forex without a stop loss. That's why you need to be careful with that. So let me modify this position. I'm gonna decrease that to, I don't know, maybe 0.4, 0.3. I'm just gonna put 0.3. As you can see, I still think that's way too big though. That commission is way too big. I'll close that. Yeah. So as you can see, so as you can see, I have that. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it here. So I'm not gonna move more of that. But as you can see, I might have to close CAD CHF later on, or USD CAD. But that's probably I'm sorry, that's probably CAD CHF. It's probably that. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna close this later and see what's gonna happen. But right now I have 1,800, almost 2,000. It's not ideal as I want, but at least that's better. Let me see something here. Let me decrease that just a little bit. Decrease that to 10. Let me see what's gonna happen if I decrease that to 10. Okay. So as you can see, the margin is bigger. Margin is bigger. And close even more. And put 0. I don't know, 0.7. And yes, even though I have a little bit of loss, there's no problem. Okay, as long as we are playing the game safe, we're good to go. So now we increase the margin level to 3,000%, which is way better than 1,000%. Okay, that's 2 times more margin for us to be using on the long run. Okay, and that's what we need to take care of right now. We have account number. Now let's go back to account number 4. Account number 4 is okay. We have 6,000% of margin level, which is really cool. The account's safe. Account number 5, 2,000%. I don't like it too much. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, that is definitely CHF. That definitely has to do with CHF. So let me modify that position, decrease that to 0.5. Yeah. Now we have 4,000% of margin level. Even though we're gonna make less money, it does not matter, because as long as we have a hard margin, that should be our priority before we make money. So before we even think about making money, we need to maintain a high margin level and try to work with it. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna close the trades, but rather I'm just gonna decrease the lot size of these accounts and see what's going to happen. As you can see, we are gaining money. We're getting money from swap positions. Very low, very little, but still it is something. So in one day we made almost 50 cents of dollars, or 43 cents of dollar in swapping, and the margin is pretty safe. So account number 6, let's see account number 6. Account number 6 is at 2,000% with only one trade, and that definitely has to do with CHF. I'm not sure what's going on with CHF right now, but you know what I'm going to do? It will be the same thing. So I'm going to decrease the lot size of it. Good. Now we have 4,000% of margin. And I still think that's actually a lot, though. I still think that I should be decreasing that to even more. Might be decreasing that to 0.5. And yes, like I said, unfortunately, we do gonna have to have a little bit of loss. Okay, and we're gonna be a little negative right now, but it doesn't matter as long as we sustain a system that has a high margin level and good and smart trades. We're gonna get the money back on the long run, and we're gonna actually make more profits on the long run rather than risking all of the account too soon and risking blowing up the account. Okay, so that's what you need to take into consideration. So 0.05, the account's at almost 6,000%, which is really good. Now we're gonna go to account number 7. Account number 7 is safe. So as you can see, I have all the 3 trades going negative against me, and I still have 6,000% of margin level. So that is really, really good with a 0.13 lot sizing. And none of them are CHF. So definitely there's something going on with CHF right now. I don't know exactly what might be going on with CHF. I'm not sure if it's the broker or if it's the chart, the pair, or if it's any news that's going on, anything that's affecting the price. And that's why the swapping is so expensive and it's taking up so much margin level on my account. I don't know what's really going on, but still we're going to try to avoid CHF. And if we do end up trading on CHF, we're just going to decrease the amount of trades that we're going to do, or the amount of money that we put in the position. So we're going to diminish that lot sizing. So account number 7, 6,000%. Okay, 6,500 or 6,439%. Really good, amazing so far. This account's super safe. There's nothing to worry about here. Now the other one, which is account number 8, same thing, 5,900%. Almost, let me just say 6,000%. So the account's pretty cool. It's pretty good, and they are both on 0.13, GPCAD, GPNZD, 0.13, same thing. Okay, we're good. And then we have the last one, account number 9, not the last one, but almost the last one. The one before the last one. 6% account 9. Good as well. Both negative, but it doesn't matter because there's nothing that we're going to do right now. But wait, I'm not going to close this trade because I opened this trade yesterday, and even though I don't know what's gonna happen. Like maybe if in 3 or 4 days nothing happened with this trade and it's still at how am I gonna say it, at break-even points, then I might close the trade and open something else, or I'll see what I'm gonna do. But look at this, paying $5 off swapping every day, which is a lot. We need to be careful with it, because this might seem like it's just a little bit, but that's only $5 a day, there's no problem. Yes, but if worst case scenario, the chart goes against you for months or even years, you could literally lose all of your money just off having negative swaps, paying for the broker, and nobody tells you that. That's fucked up. But I'm telling you. So yeah. So account number 10. And yeah, that's the reason why you should not put all of your money into Forex. That's one very simple reason to why you should never put 100% here. And like I said, I'm not telling you to not do this. I'm telling you, do this being careful, being cautious. You know, it's like you're driving a Ferrari, but instead of driving a Ferrari at like 200 miles per hour or whatever the hell you're gonna do, just drive it slow. And ideally, like I said, don't put all of your money in here. You have to have a portfolio management of your life before you even think about putting money into Forex, and just maybe a little portion of your portfolio and a amount of money that you don't necessarily need immediately, and that you're going to work with a proportional lot size, and you're going to be very conservative, and you're going to give margin of error for the market. Then I think if you do have all these prerequisites with you right now, then you'll be able to do Forex. Okay, so that's why I talk about Forex in that way. So other than that, let's go back to account number 10. So account number 10, we have 4,000% off margin, which is pretty cool as well. And it's even cooler because I have all the three trades going against all of the three trades going against me. And yeah, like I said, they are all negative going against me, and I still have 4,300% off margin, which is really, really cool. Okay, so far we are pretty good. We're pretty good with all the 10 accounts. Let me just see there for one last time. 8,000%. Just want to guarantee that I'm not gonna make any mistakes right now. 1, 2. Account number 3. That one's bothering me a little more. Hold up. That one's bothering me a little more because of the margin level again. Like I said, and that is definitely because of DHF. You know, man, I might even decrease that even more. That's really, really bothering me, man. It's really bothering me. I'm sorry. Just gonna put that to 0.05. Yeah, now I have even more. I have 4,000% here, and that's what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so even though, yes, we lost a little money here and there, it is okay. There's no problem. We're gonna get the money back in a bit. It's all about learning. Don't forget about it. 6,000%. Account number 5. 4,700%. Really good. 6. 5,000%. Almost 6,000%. And 7. 6,000%. Good. 6,000%. Account number 9 now. 6,000%. And account number 10. Last but not least. 4,000%. Good. Whew. That was it, guys. That was it for the video. I know it was pretty long, but it's okay. No problem. We're here for this. We're here to train. We're here to learn. We're here to study. And some of the videos are going to be a little longer than others, but it is what it is. We're learning how to trade. And as you can see, all of the trades that I did and all of the corrections that I made will be showing in here. You'll be shown in here. I don't know why some of the other accounts haven't updated, but there's no problem. You're probably going to start seeing what's going to be happening from tomorrow onwards. So account 1, the loss, I am probably going to have a little bit of a loss because I closed some trades negative because I tried to get more margin like you saw in the video. But like I said, there's no problem as long as we are maintaining a solid system. We should be all right. We should get to go in the future. So you're probably going to be seeing the results of what's going to be happening. So that's account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to be showing it to you guys on the next one. So as you can see, I think this account, this account already started with the chart, but because there's only one trade, there's really not too much to show here. As you can see, the account's up 126% in one day, which is really good. There's the profit. You can see the highest profit, the equity, the balance. You're probably going to be seeing my negative trades in a little while, but it's okay. Here is, as you can see the monthly gain. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that was the video. Okay, I hope you really liked it. Let me put my face back here again. Ooh, guys, that was tough, wasn't it? Oh, that was tough, guys. That was really tough, really tiring, but that was a Forex session. So I hope you liked it. I hope you could learn something of Forex and how to trade Forex in a more safe manner. As you can see, I was focusing a lot on my margin level. I was trying to maintain a really high margin level for me, because when I opened that account was at 700% of margin level, which is like insanely crazy. And I didn't even pay attention to that. I was supposed to pay attention to that yesterday, but I didn't. But luckily, I paid attention now. So luckily, we are more safe, even though we have a little bit of drawdown in this account and a little bit of loss because I closed the trades. No problem. We're gonna get the money back on the long run and focus on longevity of these accounts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for liking. If you do like this type of content, if you do want to learn more about Forex, if you do want to learn how to make money online and how to become an entrepreneur, stuff like this, subscribe for more. Stay tuned for this channel. We're going to be covering up so many things in here. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Just write it down. I'm going to try to help you with what I can. Okay. Other than that, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, YouTube. Bye.